Hello everybody, and welcome back to Out of Body. My name is Sabrina, and in today's video we are going to be talking about something that has been requested on this channel by one of my subscribers, and so I'm excited to finally talk about apports. Now, I had never really heard of this until, like I said, the subscriber had brought it up to me, and I had to research it and figure out what it was exactly. Basically, an apport is an object that is transported virtually out of thin air, or it just shows up out of thin air, but what is believed is that it shows up via paranormal means. So in other words, it's transported from one place to another, either by a spirit or by someone who is in spirit form or by a medium that is performing a seance. Now, the word apport actually comes from the French word apporter, I believe is how you say it. It's a verb that means to bring or to bring forth. So in a sense, it's just an object that is brought forth, and it's brought forth by paranormal means. Now, apports can be any sort of object, but typically it's usually kind of a small object like a penny or a feather or a rock, even a flower, and it most often occurs during a seance. And sometimes it's believed to be a gift from spirit whenever someone's performing a seance. Whatever spirit they're contacting is giving them this gift, this apport. Some people even claim that animals have been brought forth in this manner. This is what I have to deal with. Let me film her video. Alright, so we are back. It is Saturday right now. I didn't film much throughout the week, but today's a good day to do it. Got my smoothie. Got my little boy. So along the topic of animals, I know that I mentioned that sometimes apports can be animals that come through spontaneously. Not much information comes up on Google when you look up apports, by the way. What I did find was a specific story about a Charles Bailey, and this man was a medium and he was doing a seance. I guess it was, I don't know if it was kind of public or what. So he had made everybody believe that he had brought forth these birds as an apport through the seance. Now, at some point during the seance, the bird dealer shows up that he bought the birds from or rented them from. Well, that kind of, obviously debunked his whole like, oh, I made this happen spontaneously. No, he actually bought the birds and somehow hid them and then like released them. So basically he was deemed a fraud. And this could be part of the reason why the whole topic of apports has kind of not been mainstream. A lot of people just don't even believe that that's possible. Because like I said, when I tried Googling this, there was virtually nothing about it except the definition of what an apport is. But there was really not a lot of information about experiences. However, when I went to YouTube, I did find a couple of helpful videos that I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to link them down below so you guys can watch them yourselves. So in one of the videos I found, it was a couple of ladies called the Ghost Grannies, and I'm like obsessed with them now. I hope they're still making content. Didn't really look, but they had a video where they talked about Amityville and some other paranormal things, and then towards the end of the video they talked about apports. And one thing that they mentioned that I thought was interesting is that an apport can happen intentionally by a medium, allegedly, that it can happen that way. People claim to have done that on purpose, but most of the time it occurs spontaneously, so kind of out of the blue, where something will just almost fall right out of the sky. So another video that I found on YouTube that was really helpful was by a lady named Annette Sahara, and she is no longer making content. It looks like she hasn't made anything in a few years. I'm really sad about that because her video was amazing and I feel like she should keep doing it. But anyway, she had a really good video on apports, and she talked about kind of generally what they are in the beginning, and then towards the middle to end of the video she talked about her own experience. And wow, I won't do any details on it. I'll let you guys watch it yourself, but man, she has an amazing experience with an apport, and she actually shows it on camera. She still has the item that came out of nowhere.
I was in a normal state of mind. I was in my working state of mind with a young girl in front of me, And this apport just came through time, through space, through the ceiling, all out of midair. I can't tell where it came from out of midair, but it came from up there, just landed in between our legs.
And then another video I found was of a man kind of talking about how apports happen, which I thought that was interesting. I'll also link that one down below. But he basically talked about energetically how that works and how it gets transported and how you can kind of make it happen and all of that. He didn't go into real detail, but he just kind of went into explaining the energy behind it. Because you might wonder, you know, like, how does something physical get transported by something that's non-physical? But there's kind of an energy property behind it, a way that it can work. And I thought that was interesting how he explained that. Now here at the end of the video, I will talk about my own experiences with apports. After doing a lot of research, I feel like there are a couple of instances that have happened to me that could have been an apport that showed up. So one thing I do want to touch base on in this video is astral projection and how that actually ties in with apports. I had a commenter comment on one of my videos a long time ago. He claimed that he had mastered the ability to actually transport physical objects via astral projection. So he would take objects from his home and take them somewhere else, and then vice versa, take objects from other places and bring them home. I've tried so hard to find that comment. I've searched and I've searched and I've searched through my comments and I cannot find it. So if by some chance he's watching, if you're watching, and you could tell me more about that, and if you don't mind me sharing it in a video, I definitely appreciate it. Otherwise, if you guys know of anyone or if you've had experiences with apports, definitely drop them down below and let me know about it, especially if it has anything to do with astral projection, because I would like to tie those together a little bit more, because I couldn't find anything online about that, the two of them together. Like, I couldn't find anything, but I know it's got to be possible. So now I kind of want to go into my personal experiences and a couple of instances that I feel like I may have experienced an apport. Now, before I go into these, I'm going to kind of say that I personally feel like an apport can be something that you happen upon. It doesn't have to be something that just falls right out of the sky right in front of you. It doesn't have to be that whole dramatic thing. It can be that, but I don't think it has to be. I think it can be something you just find, because I feel like if spirit wants you to have something like a token of love, I feel like, you know, they're going to show that to you in just any sort of way. So one particular instance that I do remember is during college. Oh, I went through so much during college, but during college, I a lot of times was very depressed, very sad. And there was reasons for that I might go into at some point on here. So I figured I'd let my hair down and make my bed, because I noticed my bed was a mess. So one particular experience I remember is being in college, and it was Valentine's Day. And of course, I wasn't in a relationship. I didn't really date at all during college until like the last year. Out of my own choosing, like I wanted to be able to focus like on my goals and stuff. I didn't want to have a relationship. So I do remember one particular Valentine's Day, and I was just feeling in my feelings. I was just kind of sad. As much as I want to focus on my goals, it would be nice to have that special person and all of that. And I just kind of didn't feel real loved too at that time. Of course, my family loved me and everything, but I was away from my family. I was away at college, so it was kind of hard, you know, to remember that I had that support system when, you know, I wasn't around them all the time. So I just felt really down and just really sad. I didn't feel very loved, and I was like, man, it would be nice to be loved, you know, seeing all these girls with their flowers and candy and their person and everything. And so I was just kind of in my dorm room being sad. And then all of a sudden I opened the door and I looked down, and there's a rose petal right in front of my door. And you could say that's a coincidence, because, you know, like I said earlier, there's girls with their flowers and all of that, you know, one probably just fell off. But it was just the fact that I was feeling some kind of way, and then I opened my door, and there it was, like right in front of my door. It wasn't like in the middle of the hallway. There wasn't a bunch of them strewn about. It was just the one, and it felt like it was a message from spirit. Like, I felt like it was, you know, spirit letting me know that I'm loved. So I actually took that rose petal and kept it. I still have it somewhere. I couldn't find it for this video. But I do know I still have it. Another object I do believe I found around the same time. I was just feeling really bad about myself, and, you know, I had dreams, you know, of doing music and things like that, which I'm doing now, which is great. But at the time, I just felt like, you know, is it ever going to happen? Am I ever going to find people to do music with? Am I ever going to, you know, really feel like I'm making something out of myself. So at some point I find this little star, and it's kind of like a marble thing. It's probably just cut from glass or something. Anyway, it's very pretty. It's just like a blue star. Anyway, it made me feel good. It made me feel like, you know, because it's a star, you know, that like I have a light that shines and that I'm a star kind of thing. It was just made me feel good. So I feel like that could have been a port. Again, I don't remember where I found it. I think I just kind of happened upon it. But yeah, that's about all the experiences I can think of right now. If I think of anything else, I'll definitely bring it to a video. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Definitely, if anybody has any more information on this topic, comment down below or send me an email. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.